the thing in class that really stood out to me today was us really going over on. I know it was like the whole point of the reading, but it was really helpful to clarify it. Like the definition that my group came up with was that it's not based on facts. Like in a sense, you can use facts as like the reason why you do something or you ought to do something, but it's not really based on facts, but rather like other things like institutions you're in or like moral like reasons why to do something rather than just like this is true so you have to do it. And like on a weird side note, the reading from last class really felt, I mean for this or the class that we just had really reminded me of my logic class. Like I don't know why, it just like really reminded me of that. And going over the different like the three examples that we had about the eggs, the studying, and then using ChatGPT, that was really helpful to help clarify it. Because the first one with eggs really kind of made it seem like it was like there was some like facts to it, I guess, because we talked about this earlier in like the class, and there's no like real like I know we talked about like proof about how much eggs are healthy or what they do, but then like during the class we kind of were able to talk about it and work through why someone ought to eat eggs. Like let's say they wanted to like bulk up, like I think Josh said they're calorically dense, or if like their doctor or nutritionist advises them to, then even though those things are like factual, that doesn't mean they don't have to do it. It's just like a reason why, and that's kind of like helped me understand what like ought means really. And then for the other two, like for studying, there's not really like as much like facts about this because, I mean, studying usually indicate like causes people to do well on like their test or their quizzes or in class. But that's not always a guarantee, and so it's more of a reason like studying to do well instead of like it being like a fact or like that's well known is a reason why someone ought to study. And then like the one that really stood out to me was when like we were talking about ChatGPT, because we had some varying opinions in the class. Like I think Li Chen was talking about how he was very vehemently against using AI in like everything, like in tests and quizzes, because you're supposed to do it for yourself, and that like it kind of takes away from learning when you have an AI who takes other people's like work and kind of makes it your own, or like how people can't learn because like you said people were doing well in like the take-home exams and tests because they used AI, but then when it comes to a real test in person they're all failing and they failed the class. And then there's other people like in my group, it was me, I think Ronan too, we both kind of came to the idea that AI was like at least somewhat could be used for help. Like I remember in high school senior year, I would use ChatGPT to help me with like my AP Chem homework problems, and I don't think that was a bad thing. I think that I helped me learn a lot, and so that way when it came time, like I learned the concepts because I was able to use AI as like a way to help. And so in this sense, I said that I ought to use it because it helped me learn, and I really saw the impact of that because like freshman year of college, I got like 100 in both semesters of general chemistry, and I barely even had to work or study in those because of how much like his AI really helped me when I was using AP Chem. And then so it's kind of just showing that there's like reasons why, and it kind of goes back to like this theme that we've seen like throughout the class, especially with Mackie, that it's more like an individual's like call about whether or not they ought to do something, rather than it just being like an objective thing, like about objective reason why people should or shouldn't do something. And so these like three examples that we had really helped to clarify why, like the exact concept of oughting. I think that's, I don't know what the right, like Jaren or whatever it is, oughting to do something because it's different in each situation. Using these really helped like magnify and like cement some of the different ideas that I really like had and helped like clarify it.